Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just football, and this is Ricardo Johnson doing his run. So, on Saturday, the 4th of January, I mentioned that for prostate cancer, the prostate cancer, I'm going to be doing a pledge. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a run or a cycle or a jog or a walk. Either way, some kind of movement. And the aim is to, over the entire month, accumulate 26.2 miles. Now, there is a prostate cancer challenge that is this year. For the whole of January, they're asking people to do 26.2 miles for the entire month. Now, when I've done my calculations and worked it out, by day, that works out to be about 900 meters a day, 800 meters a day. And for me, I don't think that's an adequate challenge or an adequate thing to do. I don't think that's the right thing for me to do as a challenge. So what I said to myself is I really need to make it worthwhile so that the challenge is appropriate, the challenge is adequate, and the challenge is actually worth my while physically. And then the challenge actually is something that can is actually worth my while. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now, I need to calculate my distance so that I know that I'm doing. I need to calculate my distance so that I know that I'm doing the right thing. So I need to calculate my distance. Right. So what I need to do is I need to make sure today I'm going to do a run today. Yeah. Okay. My time's going. Okay. So I've got my phone here now and I've got the distance there that I'm doing. I want to be as authentic as possible and I want to be able to cover the distance and the time. All right. So that's my challenge for this month. Today I'm in Colindale. My godson just lives around there up the corner. Me and his dad, we've come down here from North London, from Tottenham, and we've come over to Colindale. He's cooking Sunday dinner and he's spending some time with the kids, so I've decided to come down here. He sent me a message and said to me, you know what, uncle, there's a good park over here. It's called Montrose Park, and I'm in Montrose Park in northwest London, Colindale/Hendon area, and that's where I am at the moment. I'm just looking at the phone now so that I can be authentic, track my distance, know where I'm going. Yes, I've done 0.07 kilometers at the moment. Yeah. So it's 6.55 miles is what I've got to cover today. That's what I've got to cover. Yeah. Don't know if I'm going to post the whole thing or if I'm just going to edit this. I'm possibly going to edit it because I'm not going live. I suppose if I was doing a live thing and I was going live and I was going on my bike ride, I was in the Instagram live, I would probably do an Instagram live and film myself as well and post it on YouTube. But right about now, I'm doing a recording that's going to go on. It's going to go on YouTube. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. So for those that don't know, for those that might not know, a little bit of context to myself. So I from a Caribbean background, growing up in North London, raised in Tottenham. I was born in Hackney, but I moved to Tottenham when I was just under 3, and I've lived in Haringey, North London, Tottenham ever since then. Always had an interest in sport, got strong Caribbean/Jamaican roots, and had an interest and a passion for cricket. Used to love watching West Indies, late 70s, 80s, early 90s, especially when they used to destroy England. Now England slap them around all the time. Not fun. But my interest in cricket and my passion for cricket, and my general passion for sports in general, meant that I was always had an interest in sport. At 17, I had a eureka moment, and with that eureka moment, I always wanted to do something sports related. So I had that eureka moment, and the whole thing around sports science came to me, and I thought, yeah, that's a good thing to do. I had no idea how to get started in it, how to pursue it, how to figure out how to navigate, how to get a job in it, or how to be employed in it. I didn't have anybody to ask questions. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have any guidance. So through trial and error and doing bits of investigation, and also as well, none of my friends, even though they like sport, and some of them were pretty good at sport. I went to school with a couple of good friends who were very, very talented at sport. R.I.P. Chris Bart Williams. Other friends of mine who had trials for various other clubs locally, people that we knew, especially over in the Broadwater Farm area. There were people that we knew who were interested in football. Big up Clasford Sterling, who mentored and coached many of my friends, and even my younger brothers' friends as well, who were good at football, and managed to get them involved in football clubs all over the country, also in Europe as well. And me not being talented at football, but liking football and liking sports, anything, athletics, cricket, boxing, tennis, any sport, table tennis, but I was only ever talented at cricket as a sport. And I wasn't to say that I was good enough or not good enough, but when I had that eureka moment at 17 and I wanted to study sports science, and I thought behind the scenes as a sports scientist, coach, fitness, physio, I can help athletes, I can help them get to their goals. So from 17, trying to get through that whole space and trying to overstand it and make sense out of it. A local college in Tottenham, College of North East London, there was an opportunity to do an access course, went to university, studied sports science, went to Southbank and completed that. Then wasn't sure about how to navigate from there. I thought that if I'd done a sports science degree, I would just go and find a job. Big mistake. Naively, I lacked knowledge and understanding, and then had to navigate again how to get from there. Done various other little jobs and bits and pieces, and got a job in 2006 working for Queen's Park Rangers. And at Queen's Park Rangers, I worked through Hammersmith College, teaching the academy boys at Queen's Park Rangers, and also as well, they were looking for a tutor to do the NVQ technical certificate, which meant that I had to go to the training ground and do stuff with some of the academy boys at the training ground. So it's 2 days a week at Hammersmith College, and then 3 days a week at the training ground over at Queen's Park Rangers. And then that basically was it. Various opportunities and various things started to come my way. Various jobs started to come my way. There was opportunities to go to FE College and work as a lecturer in FE. So I taught a little bit at Cornell, which I met one of my main mentors, Hesketh Benoit, who was a basketball coach, played international basketball for England, and also worked as a lecturer. He helped guide me and mentor me, so I became a sports science lecturer / PE teacher and the whole thing around physical exercise and health in our community. I've done various jobs working in the NHS. I've done various community projects. Started to set myself up as a CIC. So I registered not just football in 2013, became a registered CIC and started running community health projects. And then from there, and going to NHS meetings and being invited to meetings with the NHS in Haringey locally, I started to see the full context of what's happening to our community, especially within the Black Caribbean community, especially health-related issues and health inequalities that affect Black women and Black men. And there's different things that affect us in different ways. So some of the health inequalities that affect Black men and Black women are different but equally challenging. Yeah? And I'm beginning to see the full context of how health inequalities affect us. And I'm now 51 years old, and it's devastating and shocking and awful for me to see how health inequalities affect our community to the point where people who should not be dying are dying. For multitude of different reasons, yeah? And when I look at some of my colleagues who work in football, some of my white English colleagues and counterparts, some of my white English friends and colleagues who work in the NHS in health, and some of my white friends and colleagues that work professionally in either in the corporate world or in the city, or work corporately and professionally elsewhere, they don't have those challenges. And people are living past 50, 60, 70. Don't get me wrong, there are health challenges in the white English community. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're not. But some of the challenges and inequalities and health problems that we're experiencing in our 40s and 50s, those communities are not experiencing it. And there is issues around inequality, and there are issues around health, and issues around access to resources in terms of the NHS. But also as well, there is a lack of knowledge and a certain amount of ignorance on our part as people in the Black community. There are also things and experiences that are traumatic as well. Yeah? Things that we can kind of like go into more details. I'm not going to talk about that today, but I do want to go into some detail about that when I do like my other posts. Yeah? I'm just looking at the thing now. I've been walking, so I don't expect to cover a lot of distance at the moment. I can see there 0.77k, 0.78, right? So if I carry on at this rate without actually running or going into a jog, this is probably going to take about an hour. I don't know how many kilometers I can make within that time. But let me continue with what I'm saying. Yeah? There's issues. Today we're not talking about issues around sport. And I'm not talking today about football. I'm not talking about professional football. I'm not talking about sports science and sports therapy and those things. Today, I'm talking about physical activity and health within our community, within the Black community, within the Caribbean community. And some of the health inequalities and some of the issues that are affecting us are absolutely devastating. And they're really, really, really diabolical, and they're shocking, and it's really frustrating, yeah? And I've had a lot of issues with regards to prostate cancer, and how prostate cancer has affected my family personally, and I know in terms of the risk factors with regards to prostate cancer. So I want to talk about those, not now, not today. I want to talk about those things at another time. what I want to just kind of say today is that there's health inequalities that are really, really bad, and health inequalities that are affecting our community, health inequalities that are affecting people from the black African diaspora within the UK that should not be happening. There's things that we can alleviate and things that we can get rid of and things that we can fix as members of the community, things that we can solve, things we can resolve and get rid of without money, without NHS funding, without the government and the NHS allocating resources. And that's what I want to kind of get home. There are things that need resources, need people, and there are things that need central government to fund. Yes, there are. And that is important. And I do want to make that clear. And I do want to say that that is the case. So I'm not giving central government and the NHS and historical practices a free pass. What I am saying today, we'll talk about those things in other posts. What I am saying today is that there are things that are not linked to or related to central government funding that we can do. There's messages, there's information, there are practices, there are things that we can do, there are things that we can look at, things that we can focus on, there are things that we can do ourselves without central government and central funding being attributed to it, right? So me now, I'm here, I'm in the park, I'm doing a walk, I'm talking, I can up the ante and jog, I can pick it up a little bit. I do realise that I'm filming, so I'm conscious of the fact that if I run too fast without the tripod, that me running with the tripod will distort the film, yeah? But also it gives it some authenticity because I'm moving, there's physical movement, yeah? So I hear that. But what I'm talking about is how much NHS resources do I need to do this? Yes, I accept the fact that if there's a local park and there's a pathway that you can run and jog in that is not maintained properly, yes, I accept that the local council need to maintain it. If there's, like for example, I'm going to pass the outdoor gym in a minute, and I'm going to pass the outdoor gym so you can see it yourself, what the outdoor gym looks like. And again, there's allocation of funds that central government can provide, and there is disparity. I'm not giving local authorities and councils a pass. I'm saying that without the doctor telling me, or without me getting any funding from the government, I can get up and I can go for a run. Yeah? And that doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take anything away from the NHS, and it doesn't take anything away from local government. And it's something that you can do proactively yourself without waiting for or looking for anyone to do that. Yeah? And this is what I'm talking about for today. And I will look at other things also. I will look at and talk about other things. And that's what I'm talking about now. And these are the things that we can address, things that we can talk about, and we can break down some stigma around ignorance as well. Yeah? And I think it's brilliant that Black Caribbean men do make the effort to become physically active and show that, you know, we can challenge and break down certain things, because outside of your professional sportsmen and women, the average black man, African Caribbean male from the African diaspora in the UK, what's the average amount of exercise and physical activity that the person does? How many times do you go to the gym? How many times do you run and walk? Yeah? How many things do you do yourself without looking for anything from the government to do yourself? And these are things that we can't excuse, and we can't hold Keir Starmer responsible. We can't hold Yvette Cooper and David Lammy and the cabinet and West Streeting accountable and responsible for you saying, you know what, I'm just going to do 10 press-ups this morning. I'm just going to go for a quick run this morning. These are things that we have to take account for ourselves. When we take account for ourselves and we do that ourselves, then we can turn around and we can say, okay then, I want to go to the gym. I want to go for a run. I've just been to the park. And whilst I'm in that park, I've had a look at the gym, the outdoor gym, and the facilities aren't good. I'm challenging you as my local MP to fix my facilities and make sure they're all right. And if you're providing the same amount of funding in Enfield and in Hampstead and in Highgate to fix those resources, but you're not providing the same facilities in other parks, you can challenge. Now, if you don't go to the park and go for a run and you don't exercise, why do you think you can challenge the government and say that they're not putting any funding into things when you don't use the facilities? So it's really important that we challenge and we tackle and we address victim culture and blame culture. And we need to address it. And we need to not be victims. Yeah? We need to not be victims. It's so important that we're not victims. And that's important. I don't know if I want to say anything more at that point. I think I want to talk a little bit about other things when I do my other distances that I'm doing. Yeah? Talk a little bit more about that. Right now, it's 1.77 kilometers I've run. Yeah? At the moment. It's not comfortable. Personally, I don't really like going for a run. I prefer to go for a bike ride. But I'm going over some puddles here. I don't think I can get through that puddle. I'm not actually sure. I'm going to run around here on this bit because I'm not sure if I can actually get through that puddle. I'm not sure. Let me just take around here. My trainers are disgusting because I've just tried to run through a little small river around here. Yeah, so I'm not sure. 1.89 kilometers. Not that much in terms of distance. I'm just doing this at the moment. I'm going to stay on this anyway and keep running, keep moving. I don't know how bad that puddle is. I know if I run really fast, sprint, I don't really like running. Again, just for this video, I'm running. I prefer to ride. I prefer to cycle. I prefer to do that. But for the benefit of this and what I'm doing and my podcast and my channel and getting the point across, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know how many people watch it, how many viewers I'll get, I don't know. To be quite honest, this is not for that. This is for the community. Usually on my channel, there's a lot of Spurs input. I'm talking about Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs, and football and how Tottenham are doing, because I'm covering the games for Tottenham are playing. But today, I'm just doing this health activity. What have I got? I don't know. Okay, so I've done at least 1 mile, and I've got 2-point-something kilometers. So I've done a mile and a bit. Because I'm picking it up. So I'm moving. Little jog. I don't know, how should I stop? Should I stop at 10 kilometers? I think 10 kilometers is just under 6.5. I think it's about 6 miles, 10 kilometers. So I've done 2 kilometers at the moment. And I really hate running. I don't like running. I prefer cycling and going to the gym. So I'm really doing this for my community. That's why I'm doing it. Keeping me going though, videoing, talking, is helping me to blank it out. Helping me to blank it out. 2.28k. It's helping me to blank out running, because I don't like running. Doesn't do it for me. Better if I do it with someone. I'm more motivated, because I'm more motivated to go to the gym and train rather than run. It's very hard. I'm struggling mentally to keep up the focus. What's keeping me going is the video and the aim that I'm doing it for. Because I could go to the gym for ages and have a good workout, or I could go on a bike. But the video is keeping me going. And I'm doing it for a purpose. .4. It's really running slow. So mentally, psychologically, I'm getting frustrated because the distance ain't moving quick enough, and because I don't like running. So yeah, I'm keeping going. I don't know if I should film and post the whole thing, or if I should pause it and edit it. 2.6. Yeah, that's too slow for me. That's too slow. So if I was on a bike, I'd have been a lot quicker. It's not quick enough. And because I know that I'm not covering the distance, it's very mentally frustrating for me. The 3 kilometers. Unless I do, I'm not motivated at all. I'm losing motivation. I don't like running. This is spurring me on doing it for the reasons that I'm doing it for. 2.7. I wish I had somebody with me who was motivating me and pushing me. I don't like running. I'm walking at the moment. I'm doing a little walk. But I think that 2.83. Still going. I'm still sticking it out. I'm trying my best to motivate myself. I'm really trying. I am struggling. Right now, I want to stop. I'd rather go to my local gym and do some training, some weights and lift. I'd much rather do that. I'd much rather do that as an activity. .93. Okay. Let's see if I can pick it up a little bit and try and see if I can add some more to the distance. Kilometers. What shall I do? 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers. Should I carry on? Can I do 10? Can I stay motivated to do 10? Or not? 9 times out, usually I would stop by now because I'd find it's very boring and very unmotivating. Normally, that's what I would do. Let me see if I can keep going and if I can actually push myself and I can keep going. Let me see if I can keep going and push myself. 3.6k, 3.7k. I've really just thrown myself in it at the moment. I've just thrown myself in and just decided to just run. And I'm not motivated at all. I don't want to do it. I want to stop. I want to go to the gym. I want to do some circuit. I'll play a football match or play a little badminton match. That's what I want to do right now. That's what I want to do right now. So my brain is telling me this is rubbish, this is crap, this is boring, this is this doesn't have the right motivational stimulus, stop. And this here in my hand and this distance is telling me carry on, because you need to show people out there what this is about. That's what you need to do. You need to motivate and show people, show others. Because you're saying one thing and moaning, but you're not even doing it yourself. So why are you moaning at people and saying that the black community should be doing this, black community should be doing that, but you yourself can't even manage the distance yourself? You can't even do it. So it's pointless you having a go at people and you can't do it yourself. So I know that that's the echoing thought. The thing about it is that lifting the weights is how you measure that in terms of distance. Yeah. But the 26 point something miles for the year, it works out to 6.65 kilometers. No, 6.55 miles. It's not K. So even though this is K, this is actually less miles. Yeah, about 10 miles is the distance, is the standard distance. 10 miles. Yeah. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And keep talking. And keep going. Yeah. So, and it's surprising how many adult males above the age of 30, or even adult males once they leave school, how many adult males do 30 or more minutes of brisk exercise, at least a minimum of 3 times a week. It's how many. So forget colour, forget race, how many people actually do that? That's quite damning. And as we're moving into a technological age where more and more work becomes less labour intensive, our physiology doesn't change. So we need to create opportunities for physical activity. Because right up until the end of the Industrial Revolution, human beings were physically active. And even today, if you go to parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, you go to the Caribbean, where there's a lot of labour-intensive work, people have to, they've got no choice. Due to economics, they have to farm, plant crops, go and get water, go to the river, carry things physically. So they are physically more active than us. In Western Europe, where our economic status and our jobs mean that the average person will have an office job and will not physically move from their desk. And they will be doing that for 9 hours in a day, 6 hours in a day, 8 hours in a day. And if you add on transport time to get in the tube or the bus or the train, if you add that on, there's a lack of physical activity in total, and it's on a downward tick, it's on a downward spiral, you know? And I'm not making it a race issue, I'm making it a industrial world, technological age issue of lack of activity, lack of movement. And the more our kids are doing stuff on the computer, like my goddaughter, yeah, who's her mum is my business colleague. Her son lives on the computer, and we managed to get him to go to the gym, and he's getting physically stronger, and he loves it. But like, you know, the time that him and his friends spend on the computer is crazy amount of time. 10 hours on the computer, like mad, especially over the Christmas period. So it's absolutely crazy the amount of time that's spent. It's absolutely crazy, you know? It's crazy, it's mad, it's absolutely mad, you know? Yeah. So this is a seriously labour-intensive activity that I'm doing right now. And I'm just looking at this thing and just You know, talking about those things are helping to keep me going. But by slowing down and stopping and talking, I'm not covering the distance. Whereas if I was running, or if I was doing like a proper run, holding this and doing a run, the faster I run, the less I'm holding the camera and angling it and catching the view. And that's the challenge of doing it this way. And I'm totally sacrificing myself and me and what the message is. And I don't know how many people are actually even going to watch this video. But that's not the point. I think if I get one person to watch it, even if my Tottenham Hotspurs videos get 10,000 hits, 5,000 hits, if one person who needs physical activity and needs health watches this video and gets up and does what I'm doing, then I think that it's been worthwhile, you know? Yeah. And also, I do want to let people know as well that if somebody sees me, if anybody watching this video and sees me in the gym training, they'll see this and see that there's some realness and there's some vulnerability. That I'm choosing my least favorite activity, the activity that motivates me the least, that I enjoy the least, and I'm still doing it just for the benefit of yourselves and for the benefit of the community and for the benefit of human beings in general, and getting the point across about physical activity and being active and combating illnesses and combating disease and combating ill health. That is the message for me, you know? 3.7. Because I'm not running fast. And can I run fast and hold this tripod so that people can see me? I don't think I can. I can try and pick up the pace a little bit. Let me see if I can pick it up a little bit. So what does my motivation, what knocks my motivation, is the fact that I'm not covering the distance. That knocks my motivation, and psychologically it frustrates me. And then, can I run fast and hold the camera and keep my arm in this position? No, I can't, because it's not my thing. Whereas if I was going to the gym, I'd be doing it slightly differently. 3.92 kilometers. So see, my arm is not, I've got to change arms, and getting used to holding this tripod is very challenging. It's a very challenging thing to do if you're not used to it. And I didn't really plan it out in that way. And it's the added thing of holding the tripod and the camera and talking and holding my breath that I can talk and get my message across. That's adding to my thing of the psychological frustrations of doing this task in this way. So that's my main challenge, main thing that I'm not really liking or not really enjoying that much. So I'm hoping that people will see this. I'm hoping that people will see this video. I'm hoping that if I get one hit on this video and that person goes to the gym, or that person stays active, or that person does exercise, or if that person's got prostate cancer, or if that person has been diagnosed and they're listening to the consultants and they're beginning to go on a health physical activity program and they're willing to start being physically active to try and deal with the issues, then I'm hoping, you know, that one person would just say, boy, you know, yeah man, I'm gonna go I'm going to do something. I'm not just going to sit down and just let this get to me as it is. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to make an effort. Yeah? I'm going to make that effort and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make that effort and I'm going to do it. So where have we got now? We've got 4.16 kilometers. And I'm not covering a lot of distance. I'm moving really slow because I'm filming and walking and talking. And that is the bit that hits my motivation. That's the bit that hits and stresses me out. Because I know that if I run, proper run, and I'm not holding this tripod, even though I don't like running, I could have done it. By holding the tripod and filming and talking and walking, slow jogging at a decent pace and holding the tripod at a decent angle to get good footage, I know that I'm going to be moving slow. So that's the bit that hits my motivation and kills my motivation and makes me feel uncomfortable. That's the bit that gets to me. That's why my motivation is really, 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 really low. Because I'm getting frustrated. So I'm going to the other part now of the park. So if I go to a different part of the park, my brain might start to process things differently and say, okay, you're going somewhere else. So then you're not disorientated. You're not frustrated. Yeah? Lack of frustration. Let's see the distance now. Yeah. So run across the road to the other part of the park. Yeah. Yeah. 4.3 kilometers. So that's for me, that's demoralizing. That makes me want to stop because I should be hitting some serious distance. That's like halfway. If I'm going to do 10K, that's halfway. That's halfway. So like, I'm finding it, I want to stop because this is rubbish, you know? Like I really, 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 really want to stop. I don't know if I should even go all the way to 10. Like, I've got 48 minutes of filming now. Like, yeah. So I just feel demoralized. I feel demoralized and lack motivation, you know? I don't know if I should even just ring my friend and tell him to just talk to me on the phone and keep me going. I don't know if I should even do that. I don't know. Right now, I want something to keep me going. I want something. I suppose if I was doing a live, I'll be all right because that will motivate me to keep going whilst I'm doing my thing. But it's really difficult at the moment. I've got lots of stuff to talk about on the other ones, and I'm using an exercise bike. That exercise bike motivation will keep me going. It will keep me going. It will motivate me and stimulate me because I'm riding. Yeah? That's the main thing. That will keep me going because I love riding. I absolutely love riding. 4.51k. I don't know if I should do 7k and stop or 8k and stop and then average it out because when I ride, I'll cover more distance. When I ride. This is taking too long for me and it's killing my motivation and it's frustrating me. 4.55. Right, I'm going to stay on the camera and I'm going to go for as long as I can go. Yeah? 4.55k at the moment. To get to 5k, is 1.6 miles in a k. No, 1.6 kilometers in a mile. So that's what it is at the moment. So right now, I'm doing it. I'm not going to stop. I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm doing this thing right now, bro. Yeah, man. I'm still staying to you. I'm still here, man. I'm still here. And I'm still doing it. And I'm still pushing myself. You know? 4.67. Yeah, this is long, man, because I'm not motivated. I'm losing my motivation because I'm not making any big distances. I'm not covering any big distances. And because I'm holding the camera and I'm not confident enough to run really quickly and hold the camera and film properly, it's killing my motivation. Whereas I know that if I'm on a bike, I can set up the camera and I can just ride and I can talk and I can do my thing. Yeah? Holding the tripod kills me, it kills my motivation. Because how am I running fast and I'm not confident about holding the camera and keeping my head and my focus and talking? It kills me, it's killing me. It's killing me. It's killing my motivation. But I want to be authentic as well. So, what am I doing? Where am I going? So I'm still here in the park. Don't know how much distance I'm covering at the moment. 4.77, killing my motivation because I want to see 5K. I want to see 5.5. I want to see 6. I want to see some distance covered. So right now I'm going through a massive mental challenge at the moment. A massive psychological challenge. And I want to stop. I'm finding it very difficult because I'm getting frustrated and I'm not even physically tired. I'm not physically tired to the point where I've hit a barrier or a wall. I can physically go more, but how much more can I go? Like, without the distance being done, without the distance being covered, and then how much footage? Who's going to sit down and watch me for an hour? You know what I mean? It's madness. Who go and do that? Why go do that? My gosh. My goodness. So, let me see if we can jog a little bit more and try and do some more. 4.88. It's too short for me. It's mentally breaking me. And as I'm filming and I'm talking and I'm showing my vulnerabilities and realizing my fears and showing my frustration and my fears, I hope people can see what I'm going through. And again, people who don't exercise regular, I understand those fears and those frustrations, and I'm going through it as well. And I suppose, is this telling me that we shouldn't judge people that don't like to exercise because there's fear and there's blockage and there's frustration? Is that what we've been told? Is that what I'm having to understand and experience? And people say, oh, look at you, you go to the gym, you lift this, you lift that. You go and you play football, you play badminton, you play things with your friends, you do all kind of sports. Like, it's easy for you. Me, I don't even like things like, I can't run, I can't cycle, I can't jog, I can't do these activities. Like, I'm not like you. So is that telling us that people like us who are in the quote-unquote sports, fitness, health area, health genre, health region, that we shouldn't judge people? Maybe. How do we then, in the fitness community as the professionals, how do we get those people? You know? But I know that for a lot of men of all colours and nations and races who watch professional sports, who have their heroes from the Ozzy Ardiles and Glenn Hodler, Mickey Hazard, and the Pele, and the Eusebios, and the Viv Richards and the Clive Lloyds, and the John McEnroe and the Arthur Ashe and the Jimmy Connors, and the Bjorn Borg, to the David Beckhams and to the Cristiano Ronaldos, and the Brazilian Ronaldo, and the Messis, and the modern footballers, doing what they're doing and replicating what they're replicating is a motivation for young kids and young boys to want to emulate and be their heroes. They're not necessarily thinking about being fit. They're thinking about emulating their heroes and doing what they're doing. And they're not thinking about my health, my physical activity, you know, my internal organs, keeping my body fit, keeping my body healthy. They're not thinking about that. It's a distraction, really. You do it for so long, now once you get disciplined and regimented, you just do it anyway. And you'll go and play football. But you won't necessarily go for a run or a jog. Or you won't necessarily be thinking, I need to improve my cardiovascular health and improve my lungs and my heart and improve my liver and my kidneys and my circulation and keep myself physically active. I won't necessarily be doing that. You know? You're not really thinking about that at the moment. You know? But those things are the things. So like again, for me, 5.21k, that is so psychologically demoralizing for me now. That is so mentally frustrating that there's the immature inner me wants to take that phone and smash it on the floor and just stomp off like an immature child. And then the mature part of my brain is saying, come on, Rick, man. Don't let the childish part of your brain get control. Don't let it take over. Don't let it be the boss. You know? And it's the fact that I'm not covering large distances in good time. That this is really a slow process. And it's frustrating that I can't just, right, I've done it. I've done the 10K. Boom, let's go. I can't say that or do that. It's too demoralizing that the lack of distance that I'm covering is too mentally frustrating. It's difficult because I can run faster, but will I get the tripod and the angle? Can I hold my hand like that and run fast? I probably can't. That's because I'm not as skilled and as experienced as a YouTube podcaster holding my hand in that position, where I've only been really working on my channel for the last 2 to 3 months. And I'm not that skilled and I'm not that competent to do that and keep myself and film and talk at the same time. So the frustration is there. The frustration is there. The frustration is there, you know? And if I had one of those, if I had another tool that could secure my camera whilst I'm running and give me more confidence, I would run faster. You know? I don't know if there's anything out there equipment-wise that can secure the phone and the camera. I don't know if there's anything like that. I don't know if there's a device or an apparatus that can help with that issue. I don't know. But right now, the thing that I'm holding is the best I've got. And doing this is the only way that I know how to do it myself competently without compromising footage and integrity of getting my footage across. So this is why I'm doing it this way. And if there is another piece of equipment or another tool that can help me, then I can cover more distance. 5.51. Yeah. I don't know, and try and jog a little bit more. Motivated a little bit more to run a bit more because I've walked in between and slow jogged in between. I've got back a little bit more energy, but I'm just not covering the distance in that way, and I'm mentally frustrated. It's taking too long and I'm getting frustrated. .67. It's not even it's raining a little bit, it's a bit muddy, but that's not what's doing it. What's frustrating me is the lack of distance covered and the elongation of the process. Like, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Anyway, what can I talk about? Can I talk about something else? Can I talk more about something else? Can I talk about something else? Is there something that I can talk about to keep me up? Is there something else that I can do or something else that I can talk about to keep me up, keep me going? And I don't want to break into the topics I want to talk about for the rest of January, because I want to talk about other topics. I'm really lacking motivation. Seriously lacking motivation. I'm seriously lacking motivation and I want to stop. I want to stop. I want to stop. 5.81k. That's absolutely rubbish. That's absolutely rubbish. Because I'm not moving with any speed. I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just walking. And it's upsetting me and it's frustrating me that I'm not making any distance. I'm not really covering any distance. I'm just meandering around because I'm not confident to run quicker and hold the camera and record and film properly, professionally, in a good manner. So that's why I'm not running fast. I really want to see the distance tick over a lot quicker than normal. I want to see that distance tick over. 5.88 is too slow. I'm getting frustrated. I don't like it. I've just literally gone over halfway. And look at the time. This is just not good enough. It's not good enough. It's too slow. I don't like it. I don't like it. 5.93. Too slow. Demotivating. Stressful. I don't have a partner to run with. I don't have another person to talk to and engage with whilst I'm running, whilst I'm walking. I don't have another person. I don't have that stimulus. When I'm in the gym training, I don't need stimulation. I don't need that extra person. I don't need that help. I don't need that push. Because I don't really like running. So I need that push. Because I don't like running. I hate running. No, take that back. I don't hate running. I like running, I like sprinting, I like interval sprinting. I like that kind of stuff. Long distance running, it's all right. It's okay-ish. But I know that it's not really working. My muscles, like going to the gym, I love it. So I've got 6k. I've got 6k. Should I go to 8k? Should I go to 8k and stop? If I go to 8k, then can I go to 9k? You know, how quickly can I, maybe if I intermediate, maybe if I walk quicker, if I walk faster, because I've done 6K, if I walk faster, I might be able to do 10K and not mess around. I might be able to, but let me see first. Let me see what's going on. Let me see. 6.12, 6.12, 6.12K. Let me see if I can pick up myself to do more. 6.15, 6.16. I'm not getting there. I'm not getting there in the way that I would want to, but I'm battling through it. I really want to stop. I need that push. I need that motivation. I need somebody to push me, to help me. I really, really want that. I really, really want that. Because I want to stop. I want to stop. I want to stop. I don't want to carry on. Let's see what I can do. 6.23K. 6.23K. 6.23 kilometers. That's how much distance I've covered so far. 6.26 kilometers. Because I know I can do it. It's the motivation to stick it out. It's killing me. Okay. Motivation to stick it out. Walking a bit faster so I can hold the camera. It's getting darker. And this part of the park is darker. There's not much light as well. But I'm getting around here. Let's hold this up. It's getting darker. It's getting darker. It's getting darker. It's getting darker. I need to be over the other side of the park so I can utilize the light a bit more to get to the other side of the park. 6.35. 6.35K. Yeah. You know? So I need to, I'm going to go to the other side of the park where there's some more light. I'm going to look for another part where there's more light. I'm going to move over to there and I'm going to run in those bits. So there's more street lamps, more light. Then it will help the light of my camera. It will help the light of what I'm doing. It will help me. It will help you guys, really. Not really me, because it's not bothering me. That ain't bothering me. But physically, it's not bothering me. Mentally, I'm concerned about the quality of what I'm doing and whether or not people can see me and the footage and people watching my channel. So I'm concerned about that. And I am concerned about it. I'm concerned about how my viewers will think, whether people like my videos more and engage with my videos. So I need to move to somewhere where there's sufficient light. I need to get to another part where there's better light, because it's gonna have an impact. 6.5. So really 3.5K and I've done my 10K. I've done my 10K. I've done it. And it's, can I be a stubborn old goat and battle through the next 3.5K? That is the question. And hold my camera. That is going to be the question. That's the question. Can I do it? Can I break that mental block and do it. That's going to be the $64 million question. That's going to be the question. That's going to be the thing that I have to ask myself. Do I have that in me? Do I have that stubbornness to just break through something and being uncomfortable and just do it because it has to be done, and not back out, not back away, not run, not hide from being uncomfortable? Can I do that? Can I actually stick it out? Have I got that stubborn grit to stick it out and do it, not because I like it or don't like it, but do it because it needs to be done, and I need to motivate myself to do it for the right reasons, because I need that push, I need that boost, because I don't have it right now. So I'm moving where there's better light. I'm moving to where there's better light. I'm moving to where there's better light, where people can see me better, where it's going to help my footage more. It takes too long. I'm really battling to challenge myself more than anything else. 6.7 is absolutely horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. I'm not happy with the lack of distance being covered and the lack of motivation. 6.7K. So I'm carrying on anyway. I'm carrying on, and I'm trying to push myself to get through and battle through. Can I just do these 3K and just done? Am I going to quit, or am I going to battle on? Am I going to quit, or am I going to battle on? I'm telling myself to quit. And there's another part of my brain that's saying, you're so close. You're so close. You're close. So don't quit. Don't stop. Don't lose the battle. Don't stop fighting. Fight. Fight that instinct to stop. That boredom, that frustration. Fight it. Fight it and keep going. Fight it and keep going. Keep going and fight it. Keep going and fight it. Keep going. Keep going and fight it. Fight that boredom. 6.87. You're not helping me fight it with them low distances. But how do I run faster and hold the camera? I don't think I can. So the light over here is not good. The light up there is better. I want to move. The light over there is not good. 6.91K. 6.91. There are runners out there who can probably do this with their eyes closed and who won't be in my predicament or my situation. And they can run fast and they can hold the camera, and they're a lot more competent than I am at the moment. And maybe I can learn something from people like that as well. People who regularly run, whereas I don't regularly run. I'm not a runner. I'm not a regular jogger. I'm not that person. I'm a man in the gym. Oh, the camera's gone round there. Oh, yeah, lost the camera there a little bit. Right, let me hold it. This is why. Those are little instances where, like I said, where I don't want to run faster, because then I don't want to get myself where being competent with the tripod. That's my issue. I don't like it. 7K, 7 kilometers. So I've got 3 kilometers left to go. I've got 3 kilometers left to go. And I mean, I'm more than halfway. I can do it. I'm not physically tired. That I'm actually physically tired. I'm emotionally stressed due to the lack of stimulation. And that is not covering my distance, you know. But I'm walking. I'm keeping to walk. Yeah. Yeah. So that bit there, there's more light there. You can see me a little bit. And I'm still moving. I'm over 7K, but I suppose if I did 1.5, then that's like, just do 2 lots of 1.5, Rick. Just do 2 lots of 1.5 and you're there. Don't stress. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about it. Just do it. And that is quite important to come to that conclusion. So I'm going to come around here because there's more light, actually. If I focus around this part, which is around the edge, there's more light. So I can get more light here and I can see myself better this way. I think there's more light. Is there more light there? There's more light there. And that part, that stretch there that was dark, it was definitely affecting my camera. It was affecting my camera and the light. So I'm concerned about that. And I don't want to just run and then, damn, I'm running faster and I'm dropping the phone and, you know, see the camera just starts swivel and go around and all these things. So there's all of that I'm considering. So let me try and position myself so I've got better lighting here now. Better lighting so people can see me more. So, and get, you know, 7.27 is ridiculous. I don't like it. It's too slow. Can I run faster? Yes. Can I run faster and hold the camera? Don't know. And get a good angle picture and get good lighting? Don't know. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure at all. If I can do that, 7.33. Really demoralizing numbers. Very demoralizing. Very, very, very demoralizing and mentally frustrating. Let me get over. So I'm now not literally in the park. I'm on the side road adjacent because I want these street lights, because I want the camera footage to be better. So I want these lights. So the park is over there, but because of the street lights, I want to get that good lighting, because I want to have some light so that when I'm doing this, you know, there's better lighting. 7.41K. I'm really not liking this at all. I'm really not liking the lack of distance covered. So it's getting through that frustration, breaking that frustration barrier, breaking the barrier, breaking the frustration barrier, breaking that I want to stop. The part of my brain that wants me to stop, breaking it. 7.46. So there's more light over here because of these houses. It's better lighting. I can get over to that part where there's better lighting over there. I'm changing the distance, changing the thing. 7.49. Too long. It's taking too long. My brain is beginning to get frustrated. So I need to keep my motivation going. This is one of the reasons why I'm talking into the camera so much. So these kind of behavior change things are things that, when I've done my postgraduate in exercise and behavioral medicine, we're talking about behavior change and people changing behavior from a habit, people who consume a lot of alcohol and people who smoke a lot and who don't do exercise. You're in a habit, and what do you do to change behavior? And how do we get people to recognize behavior change? And how do we get people to recognize that they need to change behavior for their own physical welfare, well-being, and own physical benefit? How do we get people to do that? Yeah? And those are some of the challenges that we've got to look at. And maybe as trainers and as people in the fitness industry, where I'm openly admitted that I prefer other activities to running. Yeah, I'm gonna go around here because I need better light. I need better light for the footage. Yeah, so I'm still going, but the lighting in there is not good enough. The lighting there is poor, so I need to change. So I've got better lighting. 7.65 kilometers, not good enough. Damaging my motivation. I need to see that number move. And without me running fast and risking not holding the thing properly and losing footage camera, even banging the phone or dropping it, trying to avoid someone or dodge someone, you know, that in itself is a poor, motivation factor. It's a motivational, it's a hindrance. It's something that is affecting my level of motivation. It's impacting on me being able to get through this challenge. 7.72K. 7.72K. Can I just do these 2K and just be done with it? Can I do this 2.2K and get it done? Or am I going to quit? That's the question now. The closer I get to 8K, 7.76. The closer I get to 8K as a number, the bigger my motivation will be to then says, okay, I'm there. I'm nearly there. Car coming, get across the road, just run quickly across the road and get up. 7.81K. Now, 7.81K. 7.83K. 7.83K. What am I gonna do? Now, let me see this distance again. Come on, tick over. It's not ticking over because I'm not running. As I'm not running, that's why it's not ticking over. If I was running faster, then this will tick over some more. This is horrible. This is horrible, 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 demoralizing, demotivating stuff that I'm doing. $7.93K. 7.93K. 7.94K. I just really need those numbers to just tick over. I mean, if I get to 9K, I'll just bang it out. I'll just deal with it. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'll just bang it out, innit? It's not a thing. It's all right. But because I can't see the numbers turning over quickly and they're moving slow, so like there now, I've got nearly 8K. So there now, 8.1. 8.1k, 8.2k. So I'm close to that. I'm close to that point. So I'm like 8.5k, 8.05k, sorry. So I've got 2k left. It's actually not even physically demanding. It's the mental blockage and the lack of motivation of doing a run. Where if I'm in the gym and I'm lifting weights or I'm playing football, I'm not even watching the clock, my friend. I'm just doing it. I'm just playing ball. I'm just playing badminton. I'm just doing squash. I'm just doing my circuit training. I'm just doing an activity. Looking at the clock, looking at the distance and running with nothing around, with no additional input and stimulus. And because this isn't live, where people are messaging me or talking to me or keeping me going or giving me a boost, I'm more likely to stop because I'm not feeling that, come on, Rick, man, let's go. Or people asking me questions and I'm talking, or asking me about my life as a sports scientist or as a lecturer, tutor, assessor, or as a sports therapist, sports physio, sports massage therapist, sports massage tutor, assessor. All these things it help the time go because you're taking my mind and I'm just running or just walking. But because that isn't happening, I'm trying to find things to push myself because there's no additional stimulus to motivate my brain, to keep me going. 8.22k, which I'm probably going to do the 10k now because I'm probably not going to stop. But it's the frustration and the laborious element of running without the additional stimuli and motivation and thing to get my brain to maintain my brain focus. That is the thing that's affecting me right now. 8.28 kilometers I've done. 10 kilometers will be fine. 10 kilometers will be it. If I've done K, that'll be it. 10, that'll be it. I'm under the bridge now, but there's better lighting around here. I'm getting to that part of the park where there's better lighting and I can run along that path. I can do that 2-3 times and motivate myself to keep going. 8.35k, because I have to remember it's not miles, it's kilometers that this distance is measuring in. So I know that 10k is 6.5. I know that. It's 1.6. It's 1.6. K is a mile. So 12k, 6 miles. Yeah. So it's not 10. No, it's not 12k. No. 12k is not 6 miles. 12k is more than 6 miles. But 10k is 6.55. I'm going to do 10k anyway. And if I do the calculation and is a few hundred meters shy or short, I'll make it up. Yeah? So there's light there in the post. Street lamps there. 4. 8.47. 8.47k.
Obviously, don't want to be getting what the parents are getting, you know.
Yeah, I can see me a little bit better. So then these street lamps here are not very good street lamps at all. Not really. And I don't want to lose my focus there. That building there's got good, that building up there's got good lighting. And I can get around that building. 5 o'clock the time is. It's 8.54k. So slow. Oh no, that 10k is where I want to be. 10k, 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 10k. 8.54. I've got 1.5k to do. And to do it, $8.58k. I'm going to do 10k. I'm going to do the calculation. If I'm shy, it don't matter anything, because when I jump on the bike, I'll do the thing. And I'll get back the extra distance that's missing. It's not a problem. And I'll make sure that. But I want to evenly spread it so that it's enough for each day. Yeah? So, now, how close am I to 9k? 8.63k. This building's got a lot of light on it. So, I can go around this building. 8.66k. This is so demoralizing. It's unreal. It's so demoralizing. But again, it's breaking that thing of doing something that I don't want to do. I don't like doing. $8.7k. Very demoralizing. Mentally, torture. Mental, psychological torture. Mental torture, psychological torture. I'm going to go back because I want better light. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving. And keep moving. And keep moving. Keep moving. $7.6k. Nearly 9k. Nearly 9k. 8.76k. Nearly 9 kilometers. That's what I got kind of like, just tell myself I'm nearly at the 9 kilometer mark. That's what I got to tell myself, to give myself that distance and that push. That's what I got to tell myself, because I don't know the thing and I haven't got like the markers. So like, I know that Lordship Rec Park, I know that the markers are there. So I know if I run round, I know that where the markers are, and get better light, I can see how far. But then filming myself, can I still hold the camera? 8.85. 8.85. Let me get this camera where I can get better light. That's better light there. And I can see. I'm trying to position where I can get the best light. 8.89. I'm telling myself. Light in the background. Is that better? I can kind of see myself. Get a good angle. Get a good angle. 8.92. And once I get to 1k, I know that I can kind of push myself. 8.93. 8.93. 8.93. 8.95. 8.96. So I'm trying to do my best to get this thing done, to do the 10K. I was going to stop and quit. 8.98. 8.98K. 8.99K. 9K. 1 kilometer left to complete this challenge. 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. Got 1 kilometer left. So, challenges. Black community. We need to get up and do stuff for ourselves and stop looking at others to do things for us. We can promote and encourage and motivate and stimulate ourselves. It's possible, but it's not easy. And we do need to show some level of understanding for people where things aren't easy and things are not straightforward and simple, where things are challenging and things are difficult, where things are hard. We do need to do that. Yeah? 9.09K. We need to keep going and we need to work hard. If we keep going and we work hard, we can achieve and we can get to our goals. 9.11K. I don't know how this video is going to pan out. I don't know who's going to like it. I don't know who's not going to like it. I don't know who's going to want it, who's going to want to see it. I've got no idea. I'm not doing it for that. $9.15K, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gone over 9K and I'm not stopping until I get to the 10 kilometer mark. Yeah? So I can keep going. I want more lights. I want better light. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that I've got good light all the time. I know I've failed in that department, but I've tried to learn from the YouTube experience that viewers like good quality lighting and pictures. That's paramount. If they can't see and they can't hear, they won't watch. Yeah? So let me try and keep the lighting to 9.25K. 9.25K. This is poor light. This is poor lighting. Very, very poor lighting. That's better lighting. That's better. That's better. People will like that a lot more. So I'm trying my best for my subscribers. I'm trying my best to keep the lighting as good as I can possibly keep it for the period of time, for all this time. Trying. So, come on, let's get there. 9.31K. 9.31. Let's go. Let's try and get this done. Let's try and hit that target. Let's try and hit that target. That's poor lighting. I'm trying to get around here so I've got good light. $9.37, not good. Not good. 9.39. And I need good light. I need good light. I need good light. Nine point 4.43. 9.43. 9.43. 9.43. 9.44. So I'm trying my best to, and it's hard now because I've got to do doggies because I've got to stay in the area where there's good light. 9.45. .48. 9.49. 9.49. I'm cutting across the road. 9.51. I've got half a kilometre to go. Can I motivate myself to do this last half a kilometre? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Light. Get into a position of good light. 9.58k. So I'm not moving as fast. There's other reasons for that. Reasons that we just keep moving, change direction, keep moving. I've been filming for 1 hour and 42 minutes. .62. Anyway, I am going to get there. I'm not happy with the fact that I can't just rattle off the next 0.3k. I'm disappointed because I can't really. 6.4, 6.5. It's not happening. 9.68k. It's this absolutely poor decision. Poor decision, but the greatest decision. 9.7k. Or maybe if I do it and sort of walk back to the car, I might get the extra little bits that I need. 9.72k. 9.72 kilometers. .74k. Come on, Rick. Make it. Motivate yourself. Get there. You're dying. You don't want to do it. But get there. You don't want to do it. 9.76. This is horrendous. This is such a mental battle. So, let's see where that's going. 9.84. 9.88. 9.88. 9.89. I've now got a tenth of a kilometre to do. 90. 91. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 10 kilometers. Yeah. So I'm keeping it real. I'm being authentic, and I'm keeping it there. I don't know if I'm gonna add what I've done walking back to my car or not. Okay, so I'm walking back to the car now. I walk back to the car. So I'm gonna walk back to the car. I've done the 10. During that last little period of time, I was actually dying to use the lavatory. I did have to pause the film. That building over there, I had to go in there and ask to use the lavatory so that I could quickly relieve myself, so that I didn't have to stop. But I was trying to fight it to get through the last at least 500 kilometers. So I've done it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I'm doing it for this. Let me turn the camera around. So, camera was not at a right angle. So let me say that again. I'm going to edit and cut that bit out. So, the reason why I was struggling in the last few minutes, I did want to use the lavatory. I had to go to that building there, that community centre. I had to go over there in that building, that community centre. Asked them if I could use the toilet and lavatory. After I'd got to that 10 kilometre mark, and I was kind of struggling to do that. Yeah, so I did do it. Did I like it? Did I enjoy it? No, I did not. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. The lack of stimulation and the lack of interaction whilst running is the main thing, because I'm not physically exhausted. Yeah, I've physically feel like I've done something activity-wise, but I'm not physically exhausted. I'm not physically spent. I'm not absolutely like I've done set in the gym and I've done some heavy lifting and I've really maxed out myself. So I feel tired that I've done a workout, I've done some kind of activity, but by no way means at all could I do another 10k? Yes, I could. If I didn't have the tripod and the camera and I just ran, I could do another 10k. I absolutely could, definitely. But could I I would run faster if I didn't have the camera and I wasn't holding the camera and trying to talk and trying to communicate as well at the same time, if I had all of those things, at my disposal. So that is like the negative aspects of doing it. I did share some things about myself. I did talk a little bit about myself as well. Those are some of the positive things. And I did talk about some of the reasons why. So again, prostate cancer. We're talking about prostate cancer for this month because of how it affects black men. And I'll talk about some of that stuff in the other post when I do the rest of the 26.2 mile challenge. Yeah? I'm going to stop filming now and I'm probably going to talk a little bit more on the next one. But I've been going for so long, this is, I don't know how many people can watch this. I don't know if people are going to watch it. I really don't know. And it wasn't really designed for likes. It really was just like a challenge, an activity for me to do this so that I could show that I'd done the 10K. That's the only reason why I've done it in this way. Okay, I'm going to go now, and I will be doing the rest of the challenge for this month. So I'm going to do another 6.55. Then I'm going to do another 6.55. Then I'm going to do a final 6.55. And that will add up to 26.2 miles. Okay, so that's the challenge for the month in January. And we're dealing with prostate cancer, and we're dealing with health, especially in particular black men's health. Okay.